Sarah Fleming from the International Sports Sciences Association. Come on down.
Good morning. It is an absolute honor to be here today. 9 years ago, when I was working as a medical researcher, if someone had told me I'd be running a personal training business and coaching a weightlifting team, I would have thought they'd been out in the sun too long. I have a master's degree in biochemistry and molecular biology from Georgetown University. And at the time, I had spent 10 years studying cancer and infectious disease in both the university setting and the private sector. And although this was very satisfying intellectually, when my husband and I decided to start a family, I decided to stop working and stay home with the children. I thought at some point I might go back to work part-time, but hadn't really thought about it in depth. The problem with going back to work in medical research is that finding a part-time, flexible position after being out of the field for 7 years is close to impossible. I have 3 small children under the age of 7. My husband is an ER physician, which means his schedule is at best random, with no rhyme or reason. And so flexibility is what I needed most in a career. So I thought I would just wait and consider my options. But then something very interesting began happening. For over 15 years, I had been researching fitness and nutrition on my own. I had been reading the medical literature, the writings of various coaches and competitors, and as well as popular media. I was doing this primarily to design my own training and nutrition programs, but after a while my friends and family started coming to me for advice as well. It wasn't until I found total strangers approaching me in the gym to explain a technique I was using or ask if they could work out with me that I considered a career as a personal trainer. It fit the requirements of being part-time, flexible, and I really enjoyed the teaching aspect. I wanted to formally educate myself, but the demands of my family were such that I needed an option that was flexible and didn't require childcare. And that's when I found the International Sports Sciences Association. The difference between the ISSA and other training organizations is vast. Everything from the coursework, the online support, and the genuine interest in my success was apparent from the moment I contacted them. One of the most important aspects to me was the ISSA's concern over industry standards. Unfortunately, it is very easy to call yourself a personal trainer these days. A lot of certifying bodies neither offer nor require specific coursework, and it was important to me that my degree means something. Coming from an institution of higher learning, I was impressed when I read that the ISSA was pursuing accreditation with the DETC. It meant that they not only cared about their perception in the fitness industry, but to the world in general. I spent a year completing my studies with the support of our education director, Patrick Gamboa, as well as the many talented alumni trainers and students who frequent our online forum. With the ISSA's guidance, I also began setting up my business. My training business has been very successful over the past 1.5 years, and many of my clients bring their friends and family to train with me as well. I was able in that time to develop my own performance nutrition program based on ISSA principles and peer-reviewed research, and I now use this program to get my clients started on the right foot with nutrition for both weight loss and recovery. I also became a certified USA weightlifting coach, and I have a weightlifting team made up of teenage girls who I'm taking to competition this May. I couldn't be more proud. I run my business out of my home, and it's a comprehensive approach to fitness and wellness that addresses the client as a whole person. I don't just make them more fit, I teach them how to optimize their fitness and nutrition programs for their individual needs. And I have a broad assortment of clients. I train housewives, marathon runners, competitive grapplers, and of course my weightlifting team. And I enjoy training each and every one of them. Because of my background in science and my application and explanation of it, they often get very bored with this, my clients can see that I really understand the reasoning behind my recommendations. Their confidence in me is evidenced by the fact that a lot of them bring their aged parents and their children to train with me as well. I run a lot of group workouts, and so my clients have gotten to know each other, and as a result we have a really great teamwork mentality, which makes the training much more enjoyable for everyone. I now try to give back to the ISSA as much as I've gotten out of it. I spend a lot of time, both on and off the message boards, mentoring other trainers. I help them with everything from understanding their studies to designing programs for themselves and their clients. I am very proud to continue to be a part of this organization for whom comprehensive and continuing education is so very important. So thank you, Patrick, and thank you, ISSA. It is an incredible honor to be honored by the DETC and the ISSA today.
Jody Armentrout of the Marine Corps Institute.